This is new hole 7 at Pinto Lake for the Masters Cup tournament. It's a grass tee pad, low ceiling, 200 feet straight ahead. Looks like the play is going to be a forehand, something to keep it low. There is OB on the right. There is OB if you go too far left. And the grass is pretty high, so trying to keep something low and have it skip in there. I'm going to give it a shot, first time ever on this hole. It's high and inside. It looks like I stayed in bounds though, hit a lucky branch. Definitely, I think next time I play it, I'm going to play it even more to the left. You're just not going to get much ground action. So you got to make sure the height's right because of the tall grass. You can see the out of bounds stake right here. So it's pretty tight to that tree line on the right until you get up closer to the basket. Then you can see it kind of opens up over there. So yeah, definitely want to start it more left and try to hit this window here. Don't want to miss right. Yeah, I got pretty fortunate to stay in bounds. If it did push further forward, there's more room up here, but still, I think it would have slid out with the angle it was on. Probably looking about a 55 footer. Bummer. This is the second temporary tee pad hole at Pinto. Same low cut grass box. It says 216 feet, but when I gunned it from the front of the tee pad, it said 223 to 225 when I did it about 10 times. Relatively open shot. Just throw your favorite approach disc at it and just beware of the wind. Meh. There is OB right, long and left, but both probably at the edge of circle 2, and so for how long the shot is, it really shouldn't come into play. Definitely a birdie hole. Non-birdie is a missed opportunity on this hole. So this is hole 17 for the Masters Cup at Pinto. This is another temporary tee pad. This one is just dirt, it looks like. I would be careful because there are dried pine needles, it looks like. I don't even know if these are considered pine needles. But anyway, they're dry and they're slick, so make sure you watch your footing because you could definitely slip on these. It says 241 on the card, but I just gunned it 4 times and every time it said 260. Tough shot, especially if they don't cut this grass. The grass is extremely high, obviously low ceiling. You have that one limb, and you have that tree in the way. Yeah, not hitting that limb is definitely going to be a challenge. I don't want to throw it above the limb because it's too high, but below the limb, now you're flirting with throwing it into the ground. Well, that was as good as I could possibly do. The basket there, I'm probably about 45 feet. And the last 50 feet walking, that stretch is super muddy. So anything low, I think it's just gonna get eaten up and have no forward kick. Last of the holes in the temporary tee pads at Masters Cup at Pinto. It's on a slope a little bit. It's gonna be like dirt probably by the time the tournament comes around, maybe some dead grass. Hole straight up on the hill for 133 feet. I gunned it, it says 133 feet as well, so I trust that distance. I didn't use the slope because I don't really trust the slope, so from the front of the tee pad to the basket, 133 feet. Probably a hole that everyone thinks they should get birdie on. Just be super aware of that tree on the left. For those that watched my practice round last week or the week before here, I threw an approach from over there and it just barely caught the edge of one of those branches, dropped, and then rolled all the way down out of bounds. So there's a huge rollaway potential, and if it goes across the path, it is OB, and also it's like kind of a ravine. So it's probably gonna be a lost disc. Guarantee there's gonna be some doubles on this hole, as well as a lot of birdies. Shot really is just to the right of the basket, miss the trees, and finish up close for a tap-in birdie, hopefully. Shot should be pretty good, maybe a little long, but that's the exact line I wanted. Just go right at that first tree, but it's hopefully finished a little to the left. And that pink reddish zone that I lost in my last practice round video is still somewhere down in this gulch. You got tons of PO and thorny bushes. This is right on the other side of the path. I just rolled right between that OB stake and that log and went somewhere down into the great beyond. So you can see this is right basically perpendicular to the basket. If you throw it far enough, you might get lucky and saved by this, but I wouldn't bank on it. and then in a good spot, probably 15 feet away. Maybe it was like 17.